Okay, this is like kind of part 2 of my tools, video. A couple of things I didn't have enough time for to show you and that are more, optional. Right here, I've got some of what are called the toothbrush, makeup brushes. These are actually knockoffs of a very, very expensive high-end brand. I got these. This brand is Makeup Artist Manage Brush. It's a 10-piece kit. I paid, I think, $17 for it. It's got several ovals. It's pretty much the cheaper, flimsier equivalent of the Artiste 10-piece brush. And look, these bristles are dense as hell for a knockoff. Here's a little round brush for like eyeshadow, concealer. An oval brush. No, yeah, this is round. And this one's got the rounded tip. But anyways, those are cool to have. I've got some special eyeshadow, eye color. Let me gather them up. They are Stila Magnificent Metals foiled eyeshadow. I also have a MAC brand. Sorry about the glare, but it's like a purple foiled eyeshadow. Here's swatches on my hand. The bottom 3, the 2 silvers and the purple right there, are the Stila, just swatched with a finger, and then that shimmery color that looks gold is actually like a muted mauve purple. And I read a lot of reviews on the Stila eyeshadow before I purchased them, and they come with this little weird mixing tin lid type of thing, and this liquid primer that you add to it. No, don't go that route. I will prep my eyes with what I consider an essential Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Mine's an Eden, which translates into a matte nude finish. The classic formula will work fine, but for the Stila eyeshadows, I got this. It's a Stila brush for the. See, it's a Stila right on it for those, and it was like a $20 brush, and it looks like there's a cover on the brush. It's not. It's like silicone. So and those are like a cream shadow, but they're kind of like a chunky cream. So what you do is you kind of like got glitter on me. You just kind of like get the product up on the brush and then gently pat it where you want it. Cleaning your brushes, that is a big deal regardless of what kind of brush you use. You always want to clean your brushes, and I've got 2 alternatives for you. I've got some cheap Sephora coconut brush shampoo that works just great. That's in my bathroom. But a friend of mine, Val, shout out to Val, gave me this suggestion. This is a pet grooming mitt from, I think it's Boots and Barkley at Target, $7. Look at all the different size nubs on that. You want the cheap route? Do this. Works perfect. The only thing is it's got a fabric backing, so I would try to limit getting the back of that soaked, as I imagine it would not be very comfortable wearing it. For a little more expensive route, I believe this was $17 to $19. I've got Real Techniques brush cleaning. They call it a palette. To me, it's like a sink. It's like a little well. It's got bigger nubs up at the top, bigger nubs up here. and then smaller nubs. You can't see it because of then there's smaller nubs there. And you just put in either some of the added brush cleaner or some of your own, or a gentle shampoo, or even Blue Dawn soap. Damn glitters aggravating me. And you swirl your brush around until the product comes off, or either or works great. I showed you the eyeshadow primer potion that I always use regardless of what I'm doing for eyeshadow. If you're going to be playing with pigment, or especially loose glitter and around the eyes, sensitive eyes or not, I would invest in a glitter glue primer. This one happens to be by Toothpaste. It is one of the better ones that I've heard of. I have a bunch of samples of it before I ended up buying it. I've got some beautiful, you'll notice, I tend to stick with silvers, gunmetal grays, blacks, like smoky colors, and then I'll go into like the purples and lilacs, lavenders, you know, things, violets, things like that on my eyes. I've got this cute little expensive jar of Makeup Forever loose glitter, and it didn't even have a name. It was like number 2 or something like that, but you can't tell, but it's got a little like sifter type container here. So I don't want to use, you don't just slap loose glitter over eyeshadow or just your eyes. You're gonna want to prep with this. And real quick, I bit on this deal that at first I thought was a ripoff before I got it. It was advertised on Facebook through People magazine, and it was for 4 Julep brand eyeshadows for like 27 bucks. Mine ended up costing, I think, 21. Let me tell you, it's worth it. I'm going to show them. Oh, one just closed on me. Trust me, my camera's not doing these justice. This is I think the purple one. And they've all got this gorgeous iridescence where if you look at it from one angle, it's one color. This one's called Supernova. They're orbital eyeshadow. This one reminds me of a peacock. It's this gorgeous teal. And the light's not hitting it right, but it turns this stunning purple. Yeah, I think can you see some of that iridescence? There's also this kind of beige, I would call it a light bronze maybe. That's also got some iridescence, not as much as say the purple or the teal. Last but not least, before time bites me in the ass, is this pretty, it looks white, but it's an iridescent beige. Very, very light. Best way to describe it, similar to like champagne pop color. Like a champagne color. There you go. But if you ever see that ad for the 4 Julep eyeshadows, it's not a scam. I don't believe they're knockoffs. They seem to be superior quality. Do buy them. Bite on that deal. I'm going to wrap up this video, and then I'm going to do a couple of eye looks for tonight. Have a good evening.